What's up, guys? Back with another video. Today I'm going to be checking out a new template that I put together. You know, every once in a while I like to update my templates with some ideas that I get from here or there. So what I've done is incorporated parallel processing, compression processing into it. I'm going to take you through this. So I'm using Studio One 4.6 to be exact. Yeah, so I'm going to just take you through this. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments. I always have a reference track just in case I want to use it. Most times I'll be deleting this, but it's just there in case I need something to reference. This would be my drum track. That's Addictive Drums, bass track. I set up 3 left and right acoustic tracks, 4 left and right electric tracks, keyboard track, 2 lead vocals in case we want to do doubling, 4 backup vocal tracks, and that's pretty much it. All right, so that's basically my basic setup. If you take a look here, I'm going to expand this now so we can look a little better here. There's a capability in Addictive Drums and in Studio One where you can see each one of the individual drums. So I break that out so that I can, put any processing I want on the kick or the snare or whatever, right? So those all come in as individual. They all go into the drum bus, okay? And just for reference, you'll see where it says drum aux. If we scroll down over here, I have all my auxes, and I have a lead vocal aux, a backup vocal aux, drum aux, a bass aux, acoustic, electric, keyboards, and FX, okay? So this way, once I get all my mixing done on the lower levels, this is like a higher level where I could just bring up the lead vocal or the drums or the bass or the acoustic guitars or the electric guitars a little bit, or I can add, some cut or some pass filters or maybe a little bit of compression, whatever I want to do to shape the sound. So this is sort of what this is for. And these all go to the mix bus here, all right? And then I also have a master test, which the mix bus goes to, just in case I want to try a few mastering, just to maybe bring the level up or to see what it sounds like with maybe a multi-band compression or something like that. But anyway, let's get back to this. So I just wanted you to see where all of these instruments go into. So the drums go into the drum bus, okay? And you can see I have some sends here set up, all right? So I'm sending these to two places, the snare parallel processing and the kick bass parallel processing. So what I do is I combine the bass and the kick sometimes. Sometimes I won't, so I'll actually take the bass out and just change the name and just process the kick drum. But you can see here, for the kick drum, I've got that going to 2 places, right? The drum parallel processing, which is right here, purple, okay? My main parallel processors are always going to be purple, okay? And then I've got to go into the kick and the bass one, right? Then I've got the snare, same thing, okay? I've got one going to the drum and one going to the snare parallel processing. And you've noticed they're yellow here. That's before the fader, so it's basically getting the full signal in to that parallel processing bus, because generally on that bus you want the original signal so you can really squash it down with compression or mess with the gain or whatever you're going to do, but you want the clean signal that's not affected by fader or any processing. So you can change this to post fader by just clicking on that. When it's blue, it's post fader. When it's yellow, it's pre fader. Okay, so that's basically it. All the other drums just go to the drum processing, parallel processing bus here. And that goes to the drum aux, the one I showed you before, the pink one all the way on the right, okay? So that's how I have the drums. The bass, same thing. I'm sending to the kick bass parallel processor here, okay, pre-fader, and I'm sending to the bass parallel processor here, okay? So that's all set up there. And the same with the acoustics. You can see here I've got the sends on the acoustics going to each one of them has a separate parallel processor, okay? Same with the electrics. Each one has a separate parallel processor, okay? Keyboard, I don't have a parallel processor on that. I could add in if I want to, but I don't have that in there. Lead vocal, same thing, parallel processing. I have basically a sort of like a mix bus and a parallel processor bus on every one of these, right? So if you go back here and you look on Acoustic 1, it goes to this bus here, right? Acoustic 2 goes to this bus here as well. So it's got its own like a mix bus, if you will. And then it's got a parallel, and I do that for every single instrument. Lead vocals both go into the same mix bus. They go into the same parallel bus. Again, everything's pre-fader. And same with the backup vocals, all right? And then over here, I've got 2 VCAs set up. And if you don't know about VCAs, they basically give you the ability to control multiple faders. So this is the bus VCA. So if I move this up and down, only the buses move. You can see that, okay? Set that to 0. And this is the parallel bus VCA. So if I want, for some reason, to take off all the parallel processing, I can just do that, and all the parallel processing gets turned off. All right, so that's control over the left side, which is the detail elements. Now we get into effects. Now, there's a reason why I use the buses instead of Studio One's FX channels. It's because the FX channels don't have a send, right? So if for some reason I want to send this someplace, I've got more control over it. But I basically set up 3 different reverbs: the room reverb, ambience reverb, and then the drum room that I'll use. And then I have a delay. Now I could set up multiple delays. You could have like a quarter beat, eighth beat, whatever. So and those all go into the FX mix bus. And now we've got the mix buses, and I talked about those before. So those are all set up and go into the stereo bus. Now, if you notice, I only have these VU meters on these buses, and it's because I like to get 2 visuals. It's kind of like redundant. But one thing I found in Studio One, like, you don't want to, in any DAW really, you don't want to overdo the plugins. Like, you could put VU meters on every one of these, but why do that and waste the CPU cycles, right? So I just keep them on here, and I also I keep on the mix bus and the master bus. I'm not sure. This is the aux VCA, so this actually should be here. So this VCA just controls the auxes. All right, I just threw that in there. Not sure if I'll ever use it, but if I want to bring the whole mix down, just like 1 dB, boom, I could just do that, right? Just makes it easy. Again, the mix bus is here. My master test, I have a TB4X, which from Tone Boosters, just to give it that tape warmth. And then I've got an L2, Waves L2 for limiting and maximizing, if you will. And that's just to test it so I can bring it up to volume, right? Then this is actually an output to my 11 rack. So in case I'm using that for guitar processing. And then I have the main bus. And that's pretty much it. So pretty simple layout. Again, it's designed to have pretty much everything I need, and then as I go along, I can delete what I don't want, and just makes things, much faster. So, for example, like, don't want a reference, I take it out. If it's only acoustics, I take out the electrics, etc., etc. So it just makes things faster. So that's my new standard session template. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this available to you guys. You can definitely email me at hometracksaudio@gmail.com. I'm going to see if I can put up a link of this, and if I do, I'll put the link in the description so you can just download it. I hope that was helpful. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you like what you saw today, and don't forget to subscribe to Home Tracks for more home recording audio content. And please follow me on Instagram as well. It's at Home Tracks for you Instagram users. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I hope this information was helpful. Please don't hesitate to post questions in the comments below or email me at the address listed here. If you like what you saw, please take a second to click the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your home studio.